Actually, let me just do how Johnny would do it. Shut the fuck up! He loved yelling at people so much. Johnny was the kind of person that, like, if he loved you, he would literally do anything within his power for you. And I posted this story on Facebook already, but so this one time, I wanted to have a Star Wars marathon. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. And I wanted to have a Star Wars marathon with Johnny, because me and Johnny were living together, and he said he'd never seen all of them. He'd seen some, but he said he'd never seen all of them in order. And so I was like, fuck, we gotta have a Star Wars marathon. So he was tired as fuck from work. This is whenever he worked at the machine shop. And he needed some coffee. I told him, I'll make you some coffee if you watch the fucking Star Wars marathon with me. And I made him some coffee. We were out of fucking sugar. So we went to Donna's house and we broke into her house. I had a key to her house. She didn't know I did, but I had a key to her house. I had a master key to all the houses in the complex. I'm not gonna explain why.
I know why!
So we go to her house and I posted on her wall next day. I was like, long story short, you're out of sugar. Anyway, and Johnny fucking sat there with his cup of sugar that had some coffee in it, and he tried to watch Star Wars with me, but like the first movie wasn't even over and he was passed out on the couch. And it's just, that was Johnny. I mean, like, I say Johnny was my best friend, but I was not his best friend in that I would never have done that for him.
My phone was tripping to try to get in touch. I couldn't hear.
If he would have let John Stamp watch fucking Trailer Park Boys with me, I would have been like, fuck off, dude. Johnny was awesome. I love him. All right, so next up, Joe. Where you at?
I'm coming.
Alright, I got two short stories. One was kind of fucked up, the other one's just funny. It was about 7 years ago, I was going through the same shit Jonathan was going through. I had a gun in my mouth, seconds away from pulling the trigger. He comes up to me, the fuck are you doing? I mean, somebody's got to clean up all this shit. And then to make it worse, you're gonna poop yourself. Nobody wants to come across that. And so we talked, I got better, you know, things happened. A few years before that, we were in Katrina. It was like 3 days after the hurricane, we're on Bourbon Street. National Guard comes up, get on the premises, there's a curfew. We're on a balcony in a hotel. He looks at him, we are on the premises. Throws a glass of wine at him, fuck you. Then they point a rifle at us. It's like, okay, we're done. Okay, one other short one, then I'm done. We're like, he was 16, I might have been 17. Some shit happened, I don't know the whole story, I was drunk. But that's how things happened with him. Everybody was just, wait, what happened last night? I don't know, look in the camera. But he was really upset. We stayed up drinking all night, and he tells me, man, you know, I gotta go to school tomorrow, but come to my house. Help me beat Zelda on Nintendo 64. Ocarina of Time. So we started from scratch, beat the whole game. It was like 6 a.m. He starts crying. Man, I never beat Ganon before today. Goes to school and he was just happy as shit for the next few days. He was a jackass, but I loved him. Thank you, Joe.
All right, Elise, it's your turn. I need some more wine. I don't feel like trekking through the crowd, but my glass is right here. Actually, they have little bottles. If you can just send the bottle my way, I'll pour it in the glass myself. All right, Elise, go ahead.
Put on my tab!
So, Johnny looked at me dead in the face one day, and he said, I love you, and I look up to you. I don't think anyone that wasn't in my family has ever said that before in my entire life. So I made sure that I could do everything that I could for this man, like I just did. Like anything that he ever needed, I was there. I've known him for maybe a year. I checked on my thing. We were Facebook friends since May of last year or some shit. Like it was, but it was like my little brother. Like he was the most perfect little spazzy man I've ever met. We could have the most serious conversations, and he was like ADHD. But he was like in tune with whatever I had to say. Like he believed anything I ever said ever. Like I could tell him anything, and he was like, "You're right. You're right." Before I really knew who he was, I made a joke about him. I saw him walking around, and the joke was, I hate when a guy walks with his dick out. They remind me of the guys off Men in
I'm kind of
Black.
stuck right now.
Johnny. But that was Johnny, that was him, and he was just out there all the time like this.
See my
But
brother?
in a hurry, just
I
hey.
already couldn't make it.
Oh,
No.
that was like my best joke. He gave me like my best joke. It was perfect. It was amazing. The favorite, like the best joke that I used to sit with him at his house, at his apartment. In
I
the
don't
ghetto.
like.
That I wasn't scared to go to. I don't know how we had this whole party. He was okay. So I was evidently. This is what I hear. I was the only person that Johnny would put pants on for. Like I would be like knock on the door and he would open and be like, oh shit, and he'd come back in like 2 minutes and have like these jeans that were barely nothing zipped, just buttons, so they were hanging on his scrawny little body. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You know. Oh no, she's coming on put these pants.
I honestly won't believe it until I see a chorus.
That meant a
Like,
lot.
until I
That
actually
was that's
see
when
it.
you know that he really
still
liked
don't
you.
know.
When oh, hold on. No, I'm not gonna air that out. The favorite, like my favorite of his joke was when he was talking about being friends with a tree named Barky. And the way, and it wasn't even like the joke itself, just the way that he did it when he was like, and he told me that you just have to branch out. Plant your seed. He was perfect. He was perfect. And there was this one time, man, he cared more about people, obviously, than he cared about himself. And there was this time he was playing pool at Ricochet, and there was this girl, he was talking to her. It wasn't any sort of intimate thing or anything, just he makes friends with everyone he knows. And she was going through evidently some shit and was hollering and whatnot and ran outside. And she ran to the street and she tried to get hit by a car. And Johnny ran after her and grabbed her out of the street. And one of his friends was like, why, how do you even, and he was like, that's a human life. It's Johnny. That's all I got.
I lived with Johnny twice. I lived with Johnny for like a year and a half at the place where Tim used to live, Riverside of Eastport off of Simcoe. And then after that, I lived with him until